Right guys, before we get into it, remember to follow me on Odyssey, a YouTube alternative that all my videos are uploaded to now. The link for it will be in the video description and as a pinned comment. But back to this video, and one that is a bit overdue, but I said I would make it, so here it is. As some of you might know, Big Tech took the last award for its censorious nature that will ban everyone it disagrees with, or that some lefty activist disagrees with anyway. Their community guidelines or terms of service have always been a complete joke, allowing the perpetually offended snowflakes to cry their soy boy eyes out, claiming you have oppressed them in some way, when you called them out, or in the case of you guys, just wrote a comment that got you banned. With each passing day, we slip closer and closer to living in a world like the film Demolition Man.
Shit. You're a damn good flyer.
You are fined 2 credits for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
I am betting by 2040 we will be wishing for the lunacy that is the dystopian future in that film, because I can see the lunacy in the real world making that look tame, and Scotland could be the place where it starts, which is also relevant to the winner of today's special award show. Now today's ShitWeasel of the week is actually from last week because I am a little bit behind. Many others have acted like snivelling ShitWeasels over the past week and they could have deserved a mention here, but I thought Nicola Sturgeon deserved a special one for herself. But now I have finally caught up on these, they will be coming more regularly. I will try to do them every week on a Sunday, and Sturgeon will be in contention for this coming week's one when I have finally caught up on these. But for last week, Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP are hands down winners alongside the British media who seem to be working for them in the sense of running damage control. As I have covered in the last week or more, the SNP's dirty tricks have been exposed for all to see, or at least they would have been if the media had actually reported on it. As many viewers from Scotland have noticed, this should be the #1 headline up there, and even down in England it really should be too. Let's be honest, if this was coming from a party that are not ideologically aligned with the media or BBC, they would be all over this like a bitch in heat. If it was relating to Brexit, the coronavirus would not even exist on the BBC. Emily Maitlis would demand 24-hour coverage of corrupt Brexiteers, as you all know. Of course, it's not about that though, it's about Nicola Sturgeon's incompetent leadership and blatantly corrupt actions that had her using the Scottish government machine to take down a former First Minister and her own mentor. All feelings one way or the other aside, that is about as low as it gets. Now this whole situation has been brewing for months or years at this point, but now Salmond has decided to go scorched earth policy and is literally releasing all the details of the SNP's corrupt actions against him that are literally a witch hunt, with them even admitting that they was out to get him either politically or criminally. They didn't admit it to him, but they admitted it to each other. Now it all really got going when Craig Murray dropped bombshell evidence which was then added to by current serving SNP MP Kenny McGaskill, both of which I have covered, but the media, in defence of Nicola Sturgeon, her husband and many others have talked about everything other than the SNP's witch hunt. I mean, the SNP leadership covered it up at the time by sacking Joanna Cherry and promoting the media storm around a comment Joanna Cherry had made or some shit. I saw straight through it as blatant misdirection since it was coming out at the same time damning evidence was given against the SNP. My guess is the SNP placed that story to take the heat off themselves and remove a leadership candidate from Nicola Sturgeon's cabinet. Now remember, I do not like Joanna Cherry in the slightest, like all of the other SNP shitweasels, but throwing people under the bus to cover up you throwing someone under the bus is beyond most levels of shitweasel you will likely ever know. Couple this with the fact the SNP are absolutely destroying Scotland in every way, it has to make Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP in general the ultimate snivelling shitweasels of the week. Obviously, turning on your own is the lowest of the low. Not only does it show unrivaled stupidity, but it also shows you cannot be trusted in the slightest. Now obviously, these are politicians, so we know they can't be trusted, but their treachery is usually directed at us, not each other. Which of course I do enjoy because I despise politicians, but as with anyone, if I see blatant political corruption, I will call it out, and even more so when it costs the UK taxpayer 750 grand to clear up because the SNP have tried to take Salmond down. As I covered a couple of days ago, the SNP had been offered mediation and things like that, which are free or close to it. They certainly don't cost $750,000. But no, the SNP were determined to take Salmond down, and that is all that matters. Now I would say one of the most damning reasons for her winning this award today has to be the fact that she used sexual assault claims as a method to take down Alex Salmond while changing government procedures to ensure that they could get him, as her husband has apparently said in text messages. Their actions have obviously been a complete disgrace, literally to the point where it was unlawful and could actually end in criminal charges that Alex Salmond is calling for, and if I am honest should really be a given at this point. But as I said, using sexual assault allegations to take down a man is literally the lowest of the low. Even when cleared in the mind of those who do not pay attention to the details, he will forever be tarred with that same brush. Literally, the claim is enough to ruin lives, even if it's untrue. And what makes it worse is the SNP deliberately leaked the information to the press about it and purposely held press conferences about it to smear his reputation. Now, as you all know, I don't like the guy, but fuck me, that is some low-level shit. The sort of thing I wouldn't even do to my worst enemy at this point. But obviously, that is not even all of it. The SNP also sent the police on a 400-interview fishing expedition trying to pin some dirt on Alex Salmond. When that failed, they stuck with the people close to Sturgeon who made the original claims. Not too fishy there, is it, guys? But I would say all of them reasons there make Nicola Sturgeon this week's ultimate ShitWeasel of the week and already a contender for ShitWeasel of the year, and it's only 2 months into 2021. Though actually, to be honest, all UK governments, including the devolved puppet ones, already have a nomination for that title this year, let me tell you that. Now obviously, this won't be the last award that Nicola Fishlip Sturgeon gets this year. We can look forward to more of these videos in the coming weeks and months, I am sure. But to all those that are still here, thank you very much for watching to the end. Remember, you can follow me on Odyssey, the YouTube alternative that I spoke about earlier. I might even start dropping some exclusive videos there. It's free to sign up, so use the link in the description and join me over there.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.